What are earthquakes and why do they happen in certain parts of the world? The Earth's crust is broken up into several pieces called tectonic plates, which fit together like a jigsaw puzzle.
Earthquakes typically happen on faults. Faults are deep fissures in the ground, or cracks, where motion between two rocks on either side of the fault can occur.
This formation is mostly stable, but along the edges they are moving. Columbia University geophysicist Michael Steckler said,
Earthquakes typically start at the end of a long cycle of building up stress along a fault.
Earthquakes typically occur along edges of tectonic plates, but their impacts may be felt in a broader region. Earthquakes that occur in the ocean don't always attract attention, but those that occur close to where people live can cause deaths and injuries, most often from collapsed buildings.
Like a rubber band, where in any given year you're sort of pulling that rubber band apart slowly, and eventually you get to the point where the rubber band doesn't move anymore, won't stretch anymore. An earthquake happens right at the point where you would stretch it just a little bit more and that rubber band would break.
What should you do if you're in a building when earthquake shaking begins? In regions of the world with known active fault lines, including California and Japan, building codes are often designed to withstand earthquakes, but that's not true everywhere.
Earthquakes become dangerous when they are close to infrastructure and people. Typically, we think of earthquakes of magnitude 5 and greater as being hazardous, and in any given year in the continental United States, there's about 10 of those sized magnitude earthquakes.
Typically, earthquakes last maybe a few minutes for large earthquakes, down to just a few tens of seconds for smaller earthquakes. Earthquakes travel really, really fast, about 10 times faster than your commercial jet plane. So an earthquake can travel
in many countries,
quite far.
Including the United States, if you're inside when an earthquake occurs, it's advisable to drop to the ground, cover your head, for example, by crawling under a desk or other sturdy structure, and hold on to that structure, he said. Try to avoid areas near glass windows and don't use building elevators. If you're outside,
but it's going to produce seismic waves that can travel around and around and around the world multiple times for a large earthquake. To feel an earthquake, often you feel a little dizzy. You're not quite sure what's going on because the seismic waves are whizzing by so fast. But eventually people realize, oh, it's shaking from the ground, and then they're going to jump into action, drop, cover, hold on.
Try to remain in an area away from buildings or trees that could fall. Depending on the location, there may be secondary hazards triggered by earthquakes, such as landslides, fires, or tsunamis.
If you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe to Mirror Now.